Morning, everyone. Jen Tozer, your portfolio manager here. And today I thought I would talk to you about what I consider some of the most non-intuitive concepts in wealth management, which are inflation and compounding. Now, I know that you understand what inflation is. Yes, if the chocolate bar used to cost 25 cents and now it costs $1, that's inflation. But why it's such a tricky thing to realize is because it's not something that we deal with on a daily basis. It just sort of sneaks up on you. So let's take your house. Let's assume you're 30 years old, you buy your house, you pay $250,000 for it, you have some kids, and 35 years later, they're buying their first house. Well, when your kids go to buy that first house, that $250,000 house now costs $700,000, and that's just from inflation. And the reason that becomes so difficult to conceptualize is the second part here, and that's to talk about compounding. In our minds, we like discrete things. We like numbers that are exact and easy and simple. That's why people like GICs, where you get your 5%. It's very easy. So if you have $1 million, you get your 5%, you get $50,000. That's fantastic. But now let's actually start compounding that. 10 years later, your $1 million is now worth over 1.6 million. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, that's great, that's 10 years. That's great growth. But think about if you're my client. I'm a big advocate of starting to invest right away. I was being interviewed the other day by a university student just asking me, how should I allocate my money? What are some wise choices for someone in my age group? And I always say, invest, invest, invest. But it's really hard to conceptualize this long period of time. I mean, I talked about how your million can go to 1.6, but if you start in your 20s, you're going to invest for 40 years potentially before you retire, and then another 35 years once you are retired. So let's take that $1 million and invest it for 50 years and compound it. That's $11.5 million at 5%. So this is why I think these concepts are so difficult for us to grasp. It's because most of us barely know what we're going to do in 4 days. So we can understand that 50 years from now is going to happen. We can conceptualize it, but it's really hard to bring it home as a lesson. So I hope you found that helpful. As always, we're here. Call us if you have any questions or anything else that's on your mind. Have a good day.